Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the 60 years of X-Men 3-pack of Storm, Forge, and Jubilee in their Strike Force suits. And again, this 90s era of X-Men I thought was absolutely awesome, but being honest with you, I wasn't really that excited about getting a whole team of X-Men like this in the Strike Force suits until I found a place in the dorkroom where I know they could go. Anyway, you can see all three characters on the front of the packaging, nice looking artwork in the back, and then on the sides, you can see Jubilee, Forge, and Storm on one side. On the other side, you get the artwork right over there. And on the sides, they don't taper down anymore. We have a straight up rectangle. You know, before they used to have these angled sides over here that would taper and then, you know, give you like an extra corner, but we don't have that here. And I gotta mention, the cardboard for the packaging does feel a little bit thinner. Like when you get this in hand, you're gonna feel it's a little bit squishier. No spot varnishing, it just says 60 years right there with the X logo, and then not much more at the bottom, plastic-free packaging. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's all three figures out of the packaging. And I gotta say, there's some things I'm really liking over here with this set. I know this is a specialty kind of thing. We'll talk about price point in a minute, but looking at the figures themselves, I'm not terribly disappointed. I'm actually been kind of having some fun with them. But anyway, we'll start by going through each of them. Let's go ahead with Storm. And by the way, gotta give a big shout out to Dan, Who's Reviews. He helped me get this set a little bit early. He gave me the notification. So really appreciate that, Dan Who. Let's get a closer look at Storm, and then we'll take a closer look at the figures. I really love how the head sculpt came out for Storm. Paint apps look great. I love seeing that white iris over the white sclera. That's a cool little effect. And then you can see the eyebrows are painted pretty well. The lips have a weird gap in the middle right there. So I wish they'd finished off the lip paint right there. It just doesn't look like it's completed, right? You can see that little gap. So that's annoying. And she does have really nice looking gold lightning bolt earrings. I love those iconic lightning bolt earrings. And the hair looks really good too. There's a very subtle gray wash right here with the hair. And I think it looks magnificent. Man, really nice sculpt over here too. Very gappy on the back of the head though. That does look odd. I don't like that. And then you do have a nice looking collar that does wiggle around. I wish that was stationary. And we've seen the torso parts on this figure before, but we've also seen these pinless double jointed elbows, but the first time I think we've ever seen this on a Storm figure from Hasbro. So that's very cool. Really like the gloves over here too. And then you can see the belt does not have the X sculpted in it right there. It's just decoed on there. Not the cleanest paint application. Could be a bit cleaner right there. I love seeing these double jointed pinless knees, and we get the stationary straps right over here too. No buckles painted. And it would have been nice to get some kind of gradient yellow paint on this figure. You know, as I'd mentioned with the Wolverine figure, they could have done it either on the blue sections or on the yellow sections. Some kind of shadowing effect throughout would be nice, especially with the price point. You know, we're looking at least $25 a figure over here before tax and shipping. So it would have been cool to get that. And yeah, this is all stationary, so that's cool that it's not wiggling around. You get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. She also comes with a set of wide open hands, which is cool. And then we also have the lightning effect hands right over here too, which also look really, really good. We'd seen these before with the classic Storm, and yeah, they look great with this figure. So there's nothing really new with the Forge figure over here. We have the same head sculpt that we'd seen last time. We just get the more photoreal tech on this figure compared to the last one, and I do like it. It looks really cool. I wish the flesh tone maybe was a shade darker. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, I do think this is an improvement for the most part. I do like the shadowing effect that you're seeing on that face paint. And then you can see the hair looks pretty solid. You know, that band going around the head looks good. Nice looking ponytail. We've seen these straps before. We've seen this Vulcan body mold before. Arms we've seen before. The gloves, it's smart that they are able to kind of get this in a way where you can switch out the gloves for different figures while reusing that mold. And we've seen these straps right here. A little touch of paint right there for the buckles, which is nice. We have the belt with no sculpt on it. So it looks pretty clean on this one actually. And I really like how the leg came out. I don't know what it is about this leg compared to the last one. I guess it's just a different color. The last one, same sculpt and everything, and I do like that metallic blue, but seeing it in this metallic gunmetal gray looks fantastic. And then it does get a little bit weird. It's kind of this weird thing where you have Pin here, pinless there. Haven't seen that before, or it may exist on another Marvel Legend, and I don't know it right now at the moment, but wow, that's kind of funny to see. I was like, wait, pinless, then pinned? That's odd as hell, but it's because they're using the older leg piece right over here. They did not make a new one. So like I said, and then, reused leg parts right over here. You can see some scuffing from moving the figure around. Like I said, I play with my figures before I review them so that you guys get to see what kind of wear and everything happens to the figures to get a good idea. So he has a set of fisted hands right over here, which is very cool. He also comes with a set of weapon holding hands. So you get a trigger finger right here with the horizontal hinge. Then you get this supporting hand right here with a vertical hinge. And then we get this gun that we've seen so many times before, but never painted this good. I love how this came out. It even took me a second to think, wait, did we get this before, or is this brand new? It's not new at all. We've seen it many times, you know what I mean? Here's another example. But the way they painted it, that detail with the pink right here in the vents, I really like that a lot. And then we have some more gunmetal gray right over here, and it gets more into a silver right here with the plastic, and there's not a lot of weird marbling stuff going on for me to get irritated over. I really like this gun a lot. I know it's reused, so if you have a problem with that, you've been warned. So we get two heads for Jubilee over here, and I do like that they gave us another bubblegum head because I broke off the bubblegum from my first version. So yeah, I have a replacement over here. Plus, the paint apps came out better. I don't remember Jubilee having blue eyes, but okay, I guess she had blue eyes right there. Those details just look a whole lot better. So I'm pleased with this. And then you can also see that we have a neutral head sculpt. Oh, and that collar piece, yeah, it does wiggle around on all three of these figures, by the way. But yeah, we have, I think for the first time, a Jubilee head without the sunglasses sculpted on there. Now, I cannot find mine. I made the novice mistake of removing the glasses while not over the review station, and I spent over a half hour looking for the transparent clear glasses. So you can see pictures of them right over here though. So luckily I got all my photos taken before I lost the glasses. Eventually I'll find them. But it looks like these two heads are the same head sculpt right here. They just did this one without the glasses attached. The details around the eyes just look fantastic to me. And the lip paint looks good. Earrings look pretty good and everything. And the hair sculpt we've seen before. We've seen this younger female body torso before. The belt and everything. It's, it's contoured pretty well. We do get a little bit of paint, looking like it could have used a little extra layer in some places, and we do not have the pinless double jointed elbows for the young female figures yet. So hopefully they get that sooner than later. I am a bit bummed out that we did not get it with this figure. But my biggest gripe with this figure is the hip chewing, man. Now, I don't know what the hell happened here, but if I move these hips up at all, I get severe chewing on the figure, and that does not look good. So that really bums me out. I do like that we have the pinless double jointed knees though, and this is all new. So I think that's great. New boots right here too. Not the same exact boots as Storm's, It looks like they're not anyway. Are they? Yeah, these do look like a different sculpt. They are not the same sculpt. So yeah, that's cool. But again, and then here's looking at the back. We've seen the torso before, no hole in the back or anything. But still, wish we had the double jointed elbows. And while she comes with fisted hands right here, she also comes with wide open hands, which is great. And she comes with these effects right here, which we've seen many times before. See the gradient from pink to purple. I like that a lot. And lawnmowers. I love lawnmowers also. But I really wish Hasbro would really get to making some cool fireworks like this, like these slide effects pieces right here. If they just went all out and gave us some really good looking fireworks, that'd be awesome. They could use them for a Dazzler too, and I'm sure several other characters. There's multi-use for an accessory that looks like this. So not a lot to discuss with our articulation for Storm. We're familiar with the Shriek body mold. I mean, she can look all the way up, which is great. So yeah, that head articulation is awesome. We have the double jointed elbows and everything. No boot rotation over here, but she has the thigh swivels. And then similar thing with Forge. We know what to expect with the Forge figure. The Vulcan body mold. The butterfly joints are hindered a bit by the straps, so that is something worth noting for sure. So you will notice that. I do have some weird blue paint on the shoulders right over there, so that's a little annoying, but for the most part, we're familiar with the articulation over here. It's the Jubilee that, I don't know what it is with these hips, but I cannot get them moving forward without scuffing things really badly. And the hips don't even move up that far to begin with. It does help if you kind of turn them outward like a Y joint, and then rotate the upper thigh. So you do get more movement doing that, but again, severe chewing on these hip joints. That's very annoying. The double jointed knees look really good though. They bend in all the way, so that's nice. No boot rotation on either of the female figures, and she crunches forward only that much and back and turns side to side, and a little bit of waist pivoting. So yeah, head articulation is good, but oh man, wish we got double jointed elbows, and I wish we didn't have all that chewing. Now to measure out these three figures, you can see that Jubilee is standing at about 6 inches tall, Forge closer to 6.5, and then Storm is standing just under or right at the 6-inch mark. Then for some Storm comparisons, you can see we have our retro card version right over there, and then we have our Mohawk Storm, and yeah, I'm curious to see some head swapping with this body mold, right? I don't know, just for the fun of it. Let's go ahead and, damn, I almost thought I broke the neck hinge on there, but hey, that looks pretty cool if you wanted to do that. I like that. Then here's Storm with the longer hair on there. I must emphasize, heat up the figure's head and that neck peg when you're swapping around, because I feel like this neck is about to break. So I wish they used stronger plastic in there, but yeah, I really don't recommend doing a whole lot of head swaps if you're in a very cold environment. And then for a Forge comparison, you can see the butt ugly original version of Forge. This actually wasn't as bad as the Wolverine from that 2-pack, but I still had to repaint the leg over here. And then we have the first version, which I still like a bit, but this is definitely my new favorite Forge figure. Then for a Jubilee comparison, you can see we have the Build-A-Figure Jubilee, and then we have the animated Jubilee right over there, which is, you know, pretty much the same thing as, you know, their first, you know, classic Jubilee or 90s Jubilee. But I think this is really the first time we've seen this head sculpt without glasses attached. Correct me if I'm wrong, or without bubblegum attached, right? First, just regular head sculpt for her. Then here's Storm, Forge, and Jubilee next to the Wolverine figure from the Retro Card 2022 wave, and these look sweet all side by side right over here. Just for fun, I wanted to pop on some other teenage female head sculpts on this body. Oh, it's not working. There's Danny Moonstar on here, just to see, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to see how that would look. It doesn't look that bad, actually. Oof, while you're swapping heads, be careful. You don't want to lose this too, right? You gotta keep that collar attached to the neck. I wish that was stationary and wouldn't pop off so easily. Then here's a Karma head on top of this figure, and I did have to heat this up too. So here's a Karma head on there, and yeah, I just wanted to see how that would look. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Her head actually looks a little too big, to be honest. And then I wanted to throw in my animated morph over here, which I did modify and remove the cell shading paint, and sorry, Pat! And then here's all three figures next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here or old here, hit that subscribe button. And a big thanks to everybody that watched the whole video. I really do appreciate it. And this 3-pack set, just putting it out there, man, I know this is not for everybody. This is a novelty set of figures over here. There are better versions or more iconic versions of all three of these characters. There's a whole bunch of cool Storm figures you can get if you don't want this one. There's a couple other Forge figures you could get, and we have several other Jubilee figures that you can get. So this is not a must-get set. I actually don't really recommend this for people that don't have any connection to the 90s books and this era of X-Men. If you're not emotionally connected to it at all whatsoever, it's an easy pass. I want the X-Men in these Strike Force suits to go with my Sentinel HasLab figure. My HasLab Sentinel figure needs some X-Men fighting all over it. And yeah, that's what I'm getting these for. I have a plan for these. So if you don't have a plan for these, then I don't recommend them. They are a novelty set as well in the fact that they do cost a lot for each one. It definitely has that amusement park upscaled soda vibe. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting a ton of value for each of these figures, so I do feel like I'm paying for more of just the fact that we have these Strike Force versions at all. You know what I mean? So it's not the most satisfying of purchases, being honest with you guys. You know what I mean? This thing's costing me upward of $75 for the 3-pack. But that being said, I'm gonna give this 3-pack set a Sun rating of,
it's not too bad.
I mean, you're looking close to $30 per figure out the door, and that's not a good value, man. Like, really. So I don't really recommend it for everybody, but for me, I'm happy I have it. I do like having this 3-pack. It's fun. For me, it's fun. It won't be fun for everybody. I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new Shartimus Prime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Shot, your face, I set my shot.